Character appearance. Leah Ratcliffe-Young played the role of our main female character, Emily. We chose Leah for this role because we wanted the character to represent a socially accepted teenage girl. We also felt that Leah is someone to be seen as normal and attractive by society and the media. It would be typical for the female character to be seen in this way by the audience in conventional romance films. Within a romance film, it is typical for the female lead to be attractive, someone that the girls the same age and younger would idolise. With this in mind, we had to make sure the person we chose would fit the conventions of a romance film and ensure they were crafted well to be clear to the audience. After researching many different romance film openings, we found that it was typical for the lead roles to be white. Having seen this in a number of times in our research, we found this to be a typical convention, so we decided to include it. John McKechnie played the role of our main male character, Tom. We thought John would be good for the main part as he matched up to most of the character conventions of a male in a romance film. It is typical for the male to be attractive and dreamy towards the female audience members. We didn't want to push this too far and get someone who was unrealistic, therefore we thought it would be best to get a more natural and attractive character so the audience could relate more. This relates to the social group of teenage girls. Costume. For conventions, we chose both characters to wear typical everyday clothing. This links to the group teenagers, showing that each shot is everyday life relating to how teenagers may spend their time. We repeated random items of clothing in different shots. We chose to do this because as teenagers you have favourite items of clothing, whether it be a coat or top. This brings a childlike fun side to our opening and shows how the characters are easygoing, like most teenagers. At times we had the characters wear basic clothing to show their teenage lazy side. With the costumes we tried to add lots of warm and soft clothing, no striking items that stand out too much. We also added as much of the colour red into our costume as possible. The colour represents love and therefore couples. Connotations that also surround this colour are death and anger. This ties in well with the narration to our opening. That related well to our target audience was the bed shot of the couple sleeping. In the planning stages of our film opening, we researched what teenagers and teenage couples like to do best. The research consisted of asking our classmates and teen siblings what they enjoyed doing most. The answers we came up with were either sleeping or being lazy. Therefore, the shot of our main character sleeping relates well to the teenage behaviour and their everyday life. Our characters are both white middle-class teenagers, which is typical for romance films. This is shown clearly through the setting we have used throughout their opening. For these shots, our characters are in one of our bedrooms to reflect the idea that the characters are both teenagers and middle-class. The room they're in appears to be middle-class girls' bedroom. This is shown through the overall decoration of the room, and we also incorporated a lot of res items into this shot, so the audience can establish that it is part of the romance genre. We did some research on typical girls' bedroom. As well as asking our peers, we looked at our home ourselves. We asked girls questions such as, what colour is your bedroom and what is your dream bedroom? Most girls said they have a lot of pink in their bedroom, however we wanted to incorporate the colour red as it symbolises love and romance. Luckily we found that one of our group members had a lot of red furniture and accessories in their room, so we used this and added in things such as big cushions and pretty details. Where we got our influences from. From research, we found many characters with similar values and features to Leah and John. We each analysed 3 romance films looking at typical character conventions. This helped us as it gave us a better understanding of what to look for in order to get the best characters. We found it was typical for the female and male roles to be attractive, the female being quite naturally pretty, sweet and innocent, whilst the male being mysterious and quiet or outgoing. We found the character Savannah from Dear John a sweet, innocent, typical good girl. Throughout the film, Savannah has her hair just how it falls or tied up casually. This shows innocence and sweet character conventions. We incorporated this into Leah's character. In our film opening, we show the social groups white middle class. This is generic of romance films that we'd looked at before. We've shown this through our characters who are white and both middle class, through the props they use. For example, they have like iPhones and stuff which other lower classes probably wouldn't have. The settings we used also show like middle class because the houses are quite expensive looking, and this is also shown through like the different types of shots we used, the mise-en-scène. However, to show throughout our film other social groups, we'd need to add in maybe people that are not white and are from different classes. This would get us to a wider audience so that more people would be interested in